Okay, so we're now going to look at keying with Lumina. Okay, so you'll remember that with our running person, we we use the chroma light or the light key to get out the green. But when we go to our foreground or our grass layer, you'll see that we have this black here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to select that layer, right? I turned off my other layers. And I'm going to come up here to my effects, and I'm just going to type in Lumina. So see, we get that Lumina key. So again, because I'm doing effects to a particular layer, I need that layer selected, okay? So I'm just going to click on that effect and drag it and let go of it, right? So it's right on um, my layer. And of course, just as another reminder, I also see that now in my, not transforms, but in my effects. I see Lumina here, and then it's giving me a window so I can do some additional edits on top. And so what I'm really trying to do is get rid of this black. And so I'm just going to go ahead and type in 63 and hit return to get rid of that. I always show you guys the clocks because I always want to remind you that if you wanted to animate the actual effect, you could. In this case, we're not, but I always want you to know that that's possible so that you can envision that. Okay, so I have my threshold at 63, and I'm pretty happy about that. But when I start looking at the fact that that's going to sort of be the foreground, and there's my running guy, and then I'll show you my background. The running guy looks really blurry all of a sudden, right? He looks, I mean, you could say, well, he's animated, and he is, but you really, you want the image that they're focusing on, that people are focusing on, to many times be in focus. And right now, it looks a little out of focus. So we're going to blur some of the other layers so that that layer looks a little bit more in focus. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead to my camera lens blur, which is another effect. So again, you see me just sort of typing it in because it's easiest to type it in. And I see it right here. I want to make sure I'm on the right layer. So I'm going to start off with my grass layer, and I'm just going to click and drop it right here. Okay. And I can minimize my Lumina key because I don't really need it right now, but I'm just focusing on my lens blur. And I'm going to change that radius from 5 to 10 and hit return or enter. And with that, you see the difference in the way the grass looks. It looks more blurry. And it actually allows us to see this character a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same thing to the background layer with the dog. And to do that, I'm simply going to select the effect, which is camera lens blur. So you see where my mouse is sort of rolling over. I'm going to right click there and just hit copy. Okay. And then I'm going to come down to my dog layer. So see how I selected the dog layer? And what I'll do to make this really, hopefully, better visual, I'm going to click on, I hit everything else. I'm here and I'm going to go to my effect, right? And see how I have the effect selected? I'm just going to go up to my edit and hit paste. Now I could have used a shortcut or what have you, but it's the effect is really what I'm trying to get you to see. See how that now has blurred the dog? And so when we turn back on the runner, see how he looks a little bit more in focus because the rest are sort of blurred out. Okay? So once you've done that, congratulations. Let's get on to the next thing.